All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Sports Cards Live, recorded because this is not live. This is recorded. It is June the 4th, 2024, and this is the second time I'm doing one of these eBay completed listings, watch list completed listing videos, sharing with you guys what I was watching, why was I watching it, how did I find these cards interesting, and maybe what did I buy? Let's have a look. But let's just jump right into it. We got a few cards to look at this week. Share the screen. Here we go. And we're going to start with this 0607, the Cup Daryl Sittler honorable numbers. Now, Daryl Sittler does not have a lot of auto mem cards out there, auto patches. I mean, he's a guy who his rookie card is 1970 O-Pee-Chee and tops, I believe, as well. You know, he's a Toronto Maple Leafs hero, one of their all-time best players, but not a lot of items out there. And, you know, these are one color patches for the 2 and the 7, but I love the design. The autograph is beautifully stunning, numbered 14 to 27. I saw this card at the Edmonton Expo, and I was curious about it. I didn't pull the trigger, saw it up on eBay. It ends up selling for 142 Canadian, about 105 USD. I think that's right where it should have been. I forget what they were at, what he was asking for it at the Edmonton Expo, maybe 200 or 250 Canadian. It does 142. So nice card and early cup, second year cup, limited, honorable numbers, really cool card. I did not buy that card, but I was interested in it. Next up on the watch list, guys, this is a crazy card. First year of the cup, limited logos, Henrik Zetterberg. Look what this thing sold for, $2,522. The card is numbered 7 of 7. You can't see the sold banner is over it, but this card is serial numbered right here, 7 of 7. Decent 2-color Red Wings patch. And this is the, I believe, among, if not the lowest print run of any card in the 0506 Cup limited logo set. And I do believe that the sale of this high $2,522 was driven by the 7 of 7, or the fact that there's only 7 of these set collectors. Because look at the autograph. The autograph is, you know, it's barely there. It bubbled. This was consistent throughout many limited logos from 0506. They hadn't perfected how to get, you know, what marker to use, what pen to use. So this was running through many of the different cards in 0506 limited logos. It still, despite that autograph, sells for $2,522. Now look at the next card. I believe it's the next one. Here we have this is the second year cup, but this is the same player, Henrik Zetterberg. This is the signature patch card. This one's numbered out of 75. So 10 times what we just saw, but look at the autograph. The autograph is beautiful, almost perfect. The patch is decent, nice 2-color patch. It's smaller than the limited logos over here. It's also second year cup, but look what it sold for, $93 US. 93. This one sells for $2,522. So that's like 26, 27 times the value of this one, yet you're getting the same player's autograph. You're getting game used patch in there. However, it's out of 75 and it's not as popular of a set, I would say, compared to the limited logos. But if you're just looking for an auto patch of Henrik Zetterberg, you can spend $93 on this one, or you could have spent $2,522 on that one. And check out this card, also of the Detroit Red Wings. This isn't Zetterberg anymore. This is Pavel Datsyuk, one of their greatest players of all time, a magician with a puck. But look at this patch. This thing is spectacular. From the inner wheel of the Red Wings logo, a very nice autograph. Again, that patch is spectacular. Only 5 copies, number 2 of 5, sells for $1,136 US. And this is from Upper Deck Ultimate Collection 2015. So, you know, just a beautiful auto patch. One I was watching thinking, if it sells low enough, maybe I'll throw a bid in. But, you know, I don't collect Datsyuk. I do collect nice cards, but I just didn't pull the trigger. Love the card, though. Congratulations to whoever did purchase it. This one sold back on May the 28th. And now that this is the second time I'm doing one of these videos, guys, my plan, we'll see how long I can do it, how consistent I am. But I'm thinking maybe if I do these every Tuesday, that'll actually allow me to empty my watch list on eBay as well, or my sold lost watch list, or completed, I should say, and delete those from there. All right, here's a card that I really wanted to buy, guys. I love the Cup tributes where the tribute design is back to 0506 like this one is, although I do have some tributes that are a tribute of other years too. I'm up to, I think, 10 from this year in my collection. I really want a Medano. These are numbered to 10. This came out in 2009. And gosh, did I want this card. I did not win it. And I was disappointed, but I put in my max bid. I tried to snipe it at the very end. I'll show you guys. Let's go into the bids and you'll see what happened here. So there I am. That's my bid right there. I put in a bid of $599.99 when the high bid at the time was what, probably about $285 or so. I came in at a penny under 600 because I was like, I'm willing to pay up to about 600, but I don't want to pay 600 US. So I came in at $599.99, and whoever outbid me, well, their proxy bid was much higher, or at least more than $10 higher, because they ended up winning the card for a price of $609.99. But if I didn't come in with this $600 or $599.99 bid, the card would have likely sold for about $385, which is this guy $5 more for this guy over the other high bidder. So me coming in there not winning boosted what this card sold for by $230. So I didn't win. I wanted it. I would have paid $599.99. I was not prepared to pay $600, or I would have bid $600, or I would have bid more. That's how you do these things. And anyway, I did not win it. And sorry, you were outbid. Sold for $609. Too bad for me. I will hopefully win a different copy of the card. Here's the Phil Kessel from the same set. I love these tributes, but Phil Kessel is just one of these guys that how can you not love him in his hot dog eating ways? Doesn't look like a hockey player. He looks like a hockey player that was playing in the 60s or 70s. But I love Phil Kessel. Just a fun guy to be a fan of. And this one ends up selling for $206. What did I bid? Let's have a look here. I'll show you guys what I bid. Yeah, same thing. I came in when the high bid was what, it was $68, or maybe it was only $52.50, about $2.50 higher than this guy over here. I can't, because this guy's bid would have been incrementally $250 higher than 50, so it's at $52.50. He put in a max bid of 68, and then me and the winner, we both bid within a second at the very end of the auction of each other. I came in at 204.44. I was willing to pay up to 204.44, not a penny higher. Well, the winner ends up paying $2.50 more than me. We have no idea what this person's high bid was. Could have been $1 million, could have been $1,000. Have no clue. Likely it wasn't. Have no idea what it would have been. But in any event, I didn't win it for my max bid of 204.44. And life goes on, right? Life goes on. We will wait for another copy, if at all. So nice 3-color, also graded or slabbed authentic by PSA. Phil Kessel tribute. I did not win it. I did, however, win this card, guys. The Eric Stall BGS 9 tribute, $42. Now, I don't remember what my high bid was. Maybe will it tell me here? I don't even know how to see what my high bid was. It was probably in the 60s, 70s, 80s, something like that. But I win it for $41.99. Or maybe that was my high bid. You know what? No, it wasn't my high bid. I would have bid higher than that, I believe. So in any event, this is en route to me. I do wonder about this patch, though. I have to say, this is Eric Stall of the Carolina Hurricanes. That looks like a New Jersey Devils patch to me, though. And I was mentioning to Ralph, my buddy who a stammer, who also collects these. I said, doesn't that look like a Devils patch? He's like, yeah, it's a little weird. I'm not sure. I don't remember Eric Stall playing for the Devils. If he did, that'd be great. If not, maybe it's just a mistake at Upper Deck. I'm not sure. Or that is a Hurricanes patch, and I'm just out of the loop on it. In any event, for $42, I'm not too concerned. And Eric Stall has had an amazing career. I think he's likely a Hall of Famer as well. So that's on its way to me. I also was watching this on my watch list, guys. Sidney Crosby 2013 Prism Gold Immortalized, numbered 6 of 10. And I was watching it. I didn't bid on it. It wasn't a card I was planning to buy. I was really just curious if this card, what it would sell for, because golds have been all the rage for a while, but this isn't the base set. It's an insert set. It's a parallel of an insert being the gold immortalized out of 10. And I'm curious, and I'm actually thinking 610 was a good price for that. Healthy. Makes me feel good about where things are. It makes me feel like, the market's healthy on these cards. Also watch this Mario Lemieux, All-Star Royalty, and the Gordie Howe. We had a look at these in the last video. They didn't end up selling. They were relisted. They sold this time. And we can see Lemieux ends up selling for 810 and Gordie Howe sells for 510. These were a one-time insert set in Upper Decks the Cup, and people love them. So I was just curious what they were going to sell. I had no intention of bidding on them. I mean, unless they would have been at a stupid low price, but they weren't. So I let them go. But of course, I was curious to see what they were going to sell for. And 710 and 510 are those are good numbers for just single signed autos of these guys without any memorabilia. I was curious on what this was going to sell for. This was the first Connor Bedard card that came out, the first Blackhawks official license, NHL card. This is the SP1, sold for $2,572 Canadian, or about 1886 USD. So I'm just kind of curious where that fell relative to other sales. So let's go to Card Ladder. Let's go to Card Ladder sales. Let's paste that in there and let's see what it tells us. So you can see, and let's actually put in PSA 10 and drill down a bit. So this is the one that we're looking at here, 1879. It was 2176 back on May 22nd, 6 days before that, about the same, $3,600 on May the 14th. So it looks like that was a high one. But look at these back as recent as March, 5,000, 5,000, 7,500. Okay. 40. I'm now scrolling back up, getting to current 52, 54, 7,500. Look at these numbers, 4,000s, 2,000s, and now 1875. That card, I think is fair to say, has really stumbled in value quite a bit over time. Okay. I was curious. It's still coming down in value. We have a Crosby Young Gun PSA 10 did 3210, and we have a PSA 9 did 1100. So, $2,000 extra to go from a 9 to a 10. Is there that much of a difference in the condition of the two cards? I don't know. Here's the 9. I'm just zooming in, taking a quick look at the corners and the edges. A little bit of white showing in the bottom right corner of this edge, right down there, bottom right. Bottom left corner looks good. The rest of the card looks good. We go back to the PSA 10 copy, seeing a little bit of white at the top right corner there. Bottom right corner is perfect. Bottom left looks good. Yeah, I mean, maybe the bottom right corner is a little bit better on this 10. Is it 2,000 US dollars better, or 2,100 even US dollars better? I'm not sure. Not for me, but still fun to keep following the Crosby Young Guns. And then there's this card. I was watching this card because I think it's a nice card. You got Marc-Andre Fleury on the left, Vegas Golden Knights. You got Leon Draisaitl on the right, Edmonton Oilers, who's, going to the Stanley Cup Finals now. Fleury's an all-time great. He's got a cult-like following. Both 3-color patches, 29 copies made. It's a dual honorable numbers from 2019, the Cup. But I wanted to, it's more of a bone to pick I have on this card, guys. Besides wearing number 29, these two players have nothing in common. They're not from the same country of origin. They don't play in the same country. They don't play the same position. They're not even both skaters. One's a goalie, one's a forward. There's no reason to put these guys on a card together except for the fact that they wear the same number. And I think that's silly. I'd rather there was more connection. So I just think it's like, I love dual auto patches where there's a reason to put the players together, whatever that reason might be. There has to be there's no reason here besides the number. And to me, it's not enough for me to want to own the card because there's no reason to have these guys together on a card except for the number. And that's not good enough for me. Anyway, silly kind of combination, but a beautiful card nonetheless. And if you're a player collector of either of these guys, you probably still want the card. And you do get a great player as well on the other side of it. So take it for what it is. These I love. I collect these. This is a card I purchased for my Cup base patch parallel or variation collection. It hasn't arrived yet, but this one, I'm going to show you one that just arrived yesterday. Let me just do this really quick here. Jacob Chikrin from the same set just arrived yesterday. So grateful for that beautiful piece. Don't remember what I paid. Couldn't have been much. These, if I was able to pick up the Steven Stamkos here for $56 Canadian. I don't remember what I paid for the Chikrin, but it wasn't much. And Stamkos certainly a better player. But I I do love these. I'm up to like 425 of these cards now in my collection. Pick that one up. Beautiful card here, guys. I saw this get listed as a buy it now a couple days ago. And Steve Eiserman, of course, limited logos from 2010, one of the most beautiful limited logos designed, 50 copies produced. Autograph looks pretty good, not perfect, but pretty good. But it's a great card. Eiserman auto patches are awesome. And it was listed at 700 Canadian or best offer. Let's see what it sold for. We're going to go back to Card Ladder and put this in their sales field here. Let's see if it'll come up for us. It does. Ends up selling, it looks like, on June the 2nd for $404 USD. So $404 USD, just pulling out my trusty calculator here, is going to be about 550 Canadian. So my guess is that the person offered 550 and it was accepted. Great card. I knew it wouldn't last long. There's another card coming up I knew wouldn't last long as well. So cool card. Here's a Pavel Bure Atomic Refractor. I love these Atomic Refractors. They're among my favorites. You know, Bure is one I'd love to own. I didn't bid on this, but I was curious what it was going to sell for. $985 USD on the Pavel Bure. These are out of 100, and these to me are among the most beautiful cards in all of hockey cards. I was just curious, so I was watching it. Same thing happened here with this is the Eiserman. Roberto Luongo, 2007, property of, gets listed on eBay, 2,000 Canadian OBO. I hit the heart, wanted to watch it, but I knew this would not last long, and it did not. It sold in less than 24 hours. Let's see what it ends up selling for. I believe I know. I think, yeah, 1,100 USD, which equates to 1,500 Canadian. 1,500 Canadian for Roberto Luongo, one of one, property of. I think these were the first years of property ofs as well. Really cool card. I knew it wouldn't last, and I'm surprised it sold for only 1,500 Canadian, and nobody even hit the buy it now as soon as they saw it, because great card. Magic Johnson limited logos, 04 exquisite. Just love the card. Look at that amazing patch. Beautiful autograph. Grades out a 9. I don't own a Magic Johnson auto patch. I'd like to. You know, out of my league here at $5,200 US dollars, but I watched it because it's a beautiful card. And then we have this guy here. Second year cup, 2006-7, Gordie Howe, honorable numbers, on-card auto, game used patch, BGS 9.5. No grade on the auto, which is good because the auto is faded, but still, this is like a Grail type card, and sells for $3,105 on 42 bids. Again, I was not a bidder or a player on it. I was watching out of curiosity. You know, it's a one-color patch. If there was Red Wings red in there, it would be all that much better, but there wasn't. Kind of doesn't matter. You take it when you can get it on a card like that. There's the autograph. It's fading. This thing has seen too much light in its time. Maybe needs some SPF 45 moving forward. But in any event, again, watched it out of curiosity. Really cool card. You just don't get many opportunities. Only 9 produced. Second year cup. This thing's almost 20 years old. So congrats to the new owner. Really happy for them. Here's a Jordan insert from 96, a cut above. I love a cut aboves. I watch out of curiosity. It's a lower grade BGS 8.5, sells for $4,400. I used to have the Shaquille, just sold it on 90s auctions this past Sunday, and just didn't make the cut for me. Actually, funny enough, the cut above did make the cut for me for my Shaq, but I was just curious. I do love these cards. They're gorgeous. I still have a couple football cards. I have the Jerry Rice and the Barry Sanders. And one day, maybe I'll reacquire a Shaq and grab a Jordan too. But $4,400 for BGS 8.5. These are creeping up there. And then the last card I was watching was this Pascal Siakam National Treasures RPA. And you might ask, why am I watching that? Well, he played for the Raptors. It's probably, considered among his best rookie cards, on card auto. Sells for $611. And why was I curious about this? Well, because I own a copy of this. It's currently listed in my ComC portfolio, and I think I paid $3,500 US dollars when I bought this card back during the hype. And I want to see just how big of a loss am I going to take when I end up moving it, because I have no attachment to it anymore, and I'm going to end up selling the card. It's in the same grade as also BGS 8.5. And yeah, I'm going to lose, it looks like, about 3,000 USD when I get around to actually selling the card. So that's what happens, guys. We win some, we lose some, especially when we're always buying the cards. So there we have it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And I'm going to fill up the watch list again and there's already a bunch on there. We'll see what has sold and what I think you might find interesting. So thanks for checking it out. Let me know down below any questions, comments you have, any of these cards. Do you guys also watch cards without the intention of buying them? I do it quite a bit. I think it's fine. You get the offers, you just say no thanks, and but I like to see what things sell for. And yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time, i.e. looking at my ended items in my watches and thinking, boy, that would be fun to share. And finally 2 years later, I get around to it. So anyway, this is the second time we've done this. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for checking it out. And with that, this episode of Sports Cards Live, recorded because we are not live, for June the 4th, 2024 is